starts now.
No turning back now. We're going stone cold crazy today and up north. And what could be more Northwoods than alpaca shearing? Well, Jeff and I will talk about that anyway. And then local NASCAR driver Natalie Decker will join the show. We'll get to all that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. 47% of Wisconsinites have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and a few Northwoods counties are ahead of the curve. Vilas, Oneida, and Iron counties are all above 50%. Meanwhile, nearby Taylor and Clark counties, you can see them kind of in the white there, have the lowest rates in the state, both at around 26%. And while we're on the subject, a vaccination clinic is happening right now in Roman Cinema in Rhinelander. Everyone who goes gets a free shot, of course, and a free bag of popcorn. The event ends at 6. Governor Tony Evers called for a special session today to expand Badger Care. Republicans gavelled out of the session without debate. The state would gain $1.6 billion in tax savings by expanding Badger Care, and the change would increase income eligibility requirements for Badger Care from $13,000 to about $17,000 annually. Governor Evers promised to use the savings for projects around the state, including revitalizing the Park Falls Mill, broadband expansion, and lead pipe replacement. But that effort was effectively blocked today by state Republican leaders. Speaker Robin Vos said that expanding Badger Care would expand welfare. People living in assisted living aren't able to explore the outdoors like they used to, but a local group wants to change that at least for an afternoon. Hodag Let's Go Fishing brings seniors onto Boom Lake in Rhinelander for a few hours of fishing or just boating. This local chapter hosted nearly 100 outings in 2018, but none last year because of COVID-19. The 2021 season will start in June with a training day for volunteers on June 1st at 10 a.m. at the Hodag Park Boat Launch. Online registration will also begin on that day, and you can find that website by Googling Let's Go Fishing Rhinelander. When I was growing up, I would see a lot of monarch butterflies, but nowadays, not so much. We can help them out though. The eastern population of monarch butterflies has declined by 80% over the past 20 years. Their primary cause is loss of breeding habitat in the Midwest. So if you want to make a difference, there's 2 main things you can do. Number 1, monarchs exclusively lay their eggs in milkweed, so plant milkweed. And number 2, monarchs rely on nectar plants for food, so plant native wildflowers. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now. Jeff, it's been a pretty nice day out there so far.
Yeah, hey Dan, happy Tuesday. Well, this view is about to change in a rather dramatic way as we have a line of showers and storms working toward north central Wisconsin right now. Satellite picture shows one weaker batch came through earlier today. It's out of here now. Then we got some sunshine. That's not necessarily good news. That helps to destabilize the atmosphere, and thus to the west of us now, these are severe across parts of western Wisconsin right now in Rusk County, moving toward the northeast about 40 miles per hour toward north central Wisconsin. Now, a couple of these do contain wind gusts near 65 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. That will take down some trees across Northwoods if they hold together. And there's nothing in the atmosphere to kind of stop that from happening. There's no cap in place. So these guys are going to do whatever they want to do the next couple hours, working across north central Wisconsin. They'll likely turn severe across north central Wisconsin with some very gusty winds and some hail. All right, so here's the broader picture of where we're watching for potentially some severe weather tonight. This is level 2 out of 5 levels. Yesterday was level 1, so we kind of upped that a bit today as the cold front's approaching now. And here's the radar. So everybody in red is under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock this evening, and the radar is going active. Wherever you see a polygon there in yellow, that's a current active warning for wind gusts in excess of 55 miles per hour and or large hail. Notice the trajectory here, taking it into north central Wisconsin. There is nothing to slow these things down, nothing to impede them at all from gaining stronger. So as they work our direction, it's going to get loud around here. Now, it's going to happen very quickly. Notice how narrow this band is as it works across our area. It'll be done in 30 to 45 minutes, and then behind that, The cold front's going to pass through, and we'll have cooler, drier Canadian air coming in for tomorrow. But going in close, you can see now where the watch area is, where the storms are severe. And again, a couple of these now have wind gusts near 60 miles per hour with some golf ball size hail moving toward north central Wisconsin. Now notice the lightning is actually intensifying across the area now. That means they're gaining updrafts in the atmosphere. Thus, they are still expanding in coverage and intensity as they work our way. So if you have outdoor plans this evening, this is the hail tracker by what you can see there, a little area of hail right there to the west. But you can have plans this evening. Keep an eye on this. You're going to want to take it indoors for sure, as we have lots of weather to get through for a couple hours or so into early parts of tomorrow. So once we get this front through tonight, we're in pretty good shape behind it. Cooler, drier Canadian air moves in, and we'll hold high temperatures in the 60s tomorrow and 50s on Thursday and Friday. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
At First Student, our bus drivers are an integral part of the communities they serve. They are committed to safety and have genuine caring attitudes for children. Join our team of drivers with pay starting at $17.25 an hour, paid CDL training, and a sign-on bonus. Apply today at firstgroupcareers.com.
It's Champion Septic's Customer Appreciation Giveaway. Have your septic or holding tank pumped between now and November 12th to be entered to win one of 5 big prizes. Drawing November 14th at Cabaret Cove in Rhinelander. Champion Septic, your septic system specialists.
The natural beauty of the Northwoods beckons us to play outdoors, but there is a visitor we must carefully avoid: ticks and the illnesses they carry.
I thought it was a tick bite, but my test was negative. Then I had months of joint aches, brain fog, and bad headaches.
Our medical staff is thorough, experienced, and focused on the patient.
One approach doesn't work for all. Treating a tick-borne illness requires experience in treating multiple symptoms and developing unique care plans. Call us today.
Play your way. Dine your way. Stay your way. Ho-Chunk Gaming Wittenberg. Win your way.
Here at Jameson's Whiskey, darling, we are more than a coffee bar. We are artists, creators, thinkers, and doers who share a common goal: building a strong community of makers with trust and lifetime values. Be sure to stop, shop, and sip with us in downtown Crandon.
At First Student, our bus drivers are an integral part of the communities they serve. They are committed to safety and have genuine caring attitudes for children. Join our team of drivers with pay starting at $17.25 an hour, paid CDL training, and a sign-on bonus. Apply today at firstgroupcareers.com.
Jeff, there's an educational alpaca shearing tomorrow in the town of Tomahawk. Yes, the town of Tomahawk near us. 2:30 tomorrow at Hillstar Farm. Pre-registration is required. You gonna head over there?
On a Wednesday? No. I have plans tomorrow.
Okay.
But are you going?
I don't think so. It's too close to my work. But I think we're gonna have a reporter there, so we might have a report on the alpaca shearing, which I'm very excited about.
I can't wait to see that report.
But something even stranger, Jeff, is this person who caught a 70-year-old sturgeon. This person is from Eau Claire, 10-year-old Christian.
Wow.
Look at that massive, massive sturgeon.
Where?
And in an Eau Claire park, a park in Eau Claire. And he did release it. He had to call his dad from choir practice to help bring the sturgeon in.
I wonder what it was like to reel that in. Because I hear they give a pretty good fight, right?
Yeah,
Sturgeon do?
I would be just so terrified that my line would break the whole time. You know,
yeah, you need to have like 50-pound testing, line for that. So that, I don't know. It'd be like catching a shark, I think, to me.
Something almost as scary as catching a shark is hail falling on your precious plants at the Northwoods Community Garden. What are you going to do with them? You just mesh them on your couch.
So Dan is alluding to the fact that we have our garden, all right, and he has not planted his garden yet. I have planted mine, and there is some severe weather in the forecast tonight. And, golf ball size hail will do a doozy on your tomato plants. So I can't run over there and protect them, so they're going to have to just kind of
fend for themselves.
Okay,
well, best best of luck to them. And you're not expecting golf ball size hail, or are you in this area?
You know what? I just showed you the radar a few minutes ago, and the storms to our west right now, they're the strongest I've seen so far this spring, right? Okay. So they're reaching about 50,000 feet into the atmosphere. There's no cap in place, meaning there's no warm air aloft to kind of prevent these storms from growing. So they're growing, and in that you create these updrafts, and that's how you get large hail. And the updrafts are very strong right now as measured by our radar. So we could really get some large hail out of this tonight, along with very gusty winds, because they're moving so darn fast along a cold front. We could see wind gusts near 60. The problem with that is the vegetation has just begun to grow in, right? So the trees are just getting used to all that extra added weight. You throw in there 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, the wet soil we've had lately with the rainfall, and there could be some power problems across the area tonight.
That is a bad mix of things happening. Yes. Hopefully everyone can be safe tonight. Jeff, I do want to talk about myself for a little bit. It is up north at 4 with Dan and Jeff.
Right, and you weren't here yesterday, but you had a busy weekend.
Right, so I feel like I should get double the time today. That would only be fair. So I spent some time in Madison over the weekend. I have some pictures, and it was just really fun to be outside. And this is me at the Botanical Gardens. I was also at a restaurant. Jeff, you're missing the best picture.
Oh, sorry.
I forgot to smile. Sometimes I forget to smile. But Jeff, the most exciting thing is I was at the Capitol, the Madison, state Capitol, and I recorded a history tour.
That's like your mothership. You love politics. So at the Capitol, Dan at the Capitol is like your mothership.
Well, it's a mix of politics and history. I think people really enjoy it. So this is me. I'm talking with a former legislator. Many of you may know him, Joe Handrick of Minocqua. He brought me around the Capitol, and that is going to air Friday. I have a quick kind of layout for you guys. Thursday, we're going to do an Eagle River history tour. I recorded this last year, but I think it's interesting enough to rebroadcast. And then on Friday, I will air this full piece on the history at Madison.
Can I just stop you for a second? You got a guided tour of the Capitol in Madison?
I did, yeah.
And I'm just now hearing about this. Why do you keep secrets?
Jeff, we're busy people. Sometimes we can't, just share everything that's going on.
You know I like politics as well, right? I would have easily said yes if you had said, hey, Jeff, why don't you come with me?
Well, thanks for bringing me along to the U.S. Virgin Islands, by the way.
Yeah, St. Thomas was fantastic. So was Hawaii. You missed that one, too. Oh, and Alaska? I'm so sorry.
Thanks for rubbing in, Jeff. But we do get to talk to Natalie Decker, both of us, after this. So we get to share that experience. And Jeff will be back at the end of the show to talk about that severe weather. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Since its inception 5 years ago, Incredible Bank Foundation and Incredible Bank employees and owners have donated nearly $1,250,000 to charities throughout the Minocqua and Eagle River area. But the truest measure of our support comes from our employees, who have contributed $4,000 in 5 short years to community organizations that better the lives of residents living in Minocqua and Eagle River. Incredible Bank, helping you start something incredible and finishing it.
A technical education is more valuable and essential than ever, with 2/3 of careers in 2020 requiring hands-on skills. Nicolet College provides a quality education and programs that are more flexible, affordable, and relevant in today's careers. For added flexibility, select programs offer monthly start dates and personalized learning. Plus, with courses offered on campus or online, there's a program suited for everyone. Nicolet College is the next step toward your successful career.
Yeah, well, look what I did this weekend, huh?
Your weekends brought to you by American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Check them out in the largest showroom in the USA. Buy or trade into a new boat and get out on the water today, and we'll give you the best deal. Guaranteed by at least $500. Get the most out of your weekends with American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
The weather is nice, which means it's time to golf, and WJFW Deals has great golf offers for you. Go to WJFWdeals.com and take advantage of the great deals today. Get yours before they're gone, only at WJFWdeals.com.
At Marthaler's in Minocqua, we don't sell you a car, we help you buy a car. It's our goal to provide you with an excellent purchase and ownership experience. Stop by Marthaler's on Highway 51 in Minocqua or shop, click, and drive at MinocquaCars.com.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Kitchen Bath Mart.
Welcome back to the show. Jeff, you're going to have to forgive me if I'm a little starstruck today because somehow we convinced racing star Natalie Decker to appear in our little program here in the Northwoods, probably because she's a Northwoods native. Natalie Decker, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Well, you're native of Eagle River, but you're doing big things right now. You were in a race in the Xfinity Series for NASCAR in Talladega just a little while ago. Can you just take us through that day?
Yeah, it was so amazing. Talladega is one of my most favorite racetracks, and it's a super speedway. It's really big, lots of drafting, and it's really fast. And I just love that track so much. So to be able to have that on my schedule for this race season this year was so wonderful. And it was such a fun day, but we knew that there was rain coming at some point in the day. We just don't know when. And it did end the race early because of rain. And we had a really good plan. With Talladega, lots of big wrecks can happen, and they always call it the big one. So you always want to, make sure you're not in that. It's all about survival at those big tracks. And we had a good plan. We were just going to hang out in the back, try to miss all the big wrecks, which we were doing a really good job at. And then the rain came earlier than we thought. So that ended our day a little bit early in the race, a little bit early. And we ended up finishing 24th. But overall, it was such a great day.
Yeah, Natalie, you raced at Talladega. Damn, she raced at Talladega. Yeah. Okay, so Natalie, young people look up to you. You've earned the privilege of being a role model. What do you do with that?
It's so crazy when I'm getting interviewed and people ask questions about, younger girls or younger kids looking up to me. And it's so crazy to think that it's so true. Like, they really do. And on social media, it's so amazing to be able to get messages from other girl racers or other boy racers that are just starting or trying to get into the sport, and they're asking questions and how did I do it? How did I start? And it's so fun that I can give them my story and tell them what helped me and what I went through and the ups and the downs, and give them my whole story so they can kind of see, if they're interested, or it will help them figure out how they're going to climb the ladders through the sport. And it's just it's so crazy. I feel so young. I feel like I'm still looking up to people. So I'm only 23. It's crazy that everyone's and all the young kids in the sport are looking up to me.
You're so humble. We love it.
And I want more advice from you. I'm older than you, but you seem wiser than I. You've achieved your dreams. Let's go a little more general. For those teenagers out there who are thinking about pursuing their dream, could you give people just general advice? Like, how did you get to where you are today?
It's so important to always believe in yourself, but there's going to be times where you doubt yourself and where things get hard and you feel like you can't keep going. And I always say you need a good support system around you. If it's your parents, your grandparents, aunt and uncle, brother, sister, cousins, whoever it is who's there to support you 100%, you need them close by and you need them to help you along the way, because there's going to be times where you can't do it by yourself and you need their help. And that is why I just know that's the reason I'm here, is I have the best support system. I have my parents, my grandparents, my brother, my aunt, my boyfriend and his parents. I have so many people around me that support me and want what's best for me. So when I'm having a bad day or things aren't going the right way, they always have my best interest and they can really help guide me in the right direction.
Yeah, Natalie, I'm a pilot. I've had a couple moments where I'm like, ooh, that didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Have you had a few moments yet where it's been a little scary for you? What were they?
Oh, for sure. I started my career when I was 9 years old. I knew when I was 6 years old I wanted to be a race car driver. And when I was 9, my career started. I was racing go-karts. And there's many things that have not gone my way, from business deals getting put together to things on the racetrack, or just within Natalie Decker LLC and even my group that supports me. Things always, shift in different directions and things sometimes never go the right way. But as long as we just keep focusing on what's going to help us get to our next step or our next goal and keep that in sight, everything always works out. Everything happens for a reason.
Dan, I like that. Natalie Decker LLC.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's what I always have to refer to it as, Natalie Decker LLC, so people know I'm talking about my group, because I have two teams. I got my race team, and I got my Natalie Decker team around me, and they're two different teams, but we all work together.
Well, let's talk about that race team a little bit more. I want to know if you have any pre-race rituals.
Ooh, I don't think I do, but so everyone always asks, pre-race rituals or superstitions, and I always say I don't have any, but there's one thing that I have to do. So once my suit is on, once I put it on, no matter the time of the day, if we have practice at 8 in the morning and I have to put my suit on at 7 o'clock in the morning to be ready for practice, and my race isn't until 8 o'clock at night, I cannot take my suit off. It has to stay on. Or if there's a rain delay, whatever it is, no matter what, the race suit has to stay on once it's on.
I have another question, Jeff. Yeah. You have to focus for a really long time when you're driving those cars. I feel like that's such a major element in that. How do you stay focused while you're behind the wheel?
It's actually very tiring to stay focused for hours at a time, especially when we're focusing on like the perfect tiniest little details that you cannot mess up, because we're going 180 miles an hour, inches from each other. So if you just mess up a tiny bit, there's big consequences that can happen. So to stay focused that long is extremely tiring. So it's super important to be physically fit, so then your body doesn't get tired before your brain does. Because once your body starts getting physically tired, then it's easier to start messing up and not staying focused. So that's why I believe it's so important to be physically fit, and then you can stay focused for a longer period of time.
So you're on the circuit, your life is busy. What's the next 2 months look like for you?
Oh, wow, yes. My life, it's like really crazy busy, and then I'll have like a week where nothing's going on, and I feel so weird not doing anything. But yes, it's go all the time. Our next race is Nashville. It's June 19th. That's my birthday month. So June is our next race, and it's in Nashville, which is so exciting because our sponsor, Red Street Records, that's their home. So everyone's going to be there. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a great race, and that's what we're looking forward to next.
Last question here, Natalie. What is your goal? Where do you want to be in 10 years, 5 years?
My goal is to race in the Cup Series, and that has been my goal ever since I was very, very young and fell in love with racing. But every year, as I get older and more experience in the sport, I have a bunch of other goals that I keep adding on to it. I have goals that now I have in the road racing side of things and business goals. Racing, yes, I'm a race car driver, but overall it's a business that I run. And I get to be an athlete on the side, I feel like, and have fun in a race car. But overall, it's a business. So I have a lot of goals. But like you said, in 10 years, that's a long time. I would be in my 30s, and where I want to be is just happy and in that moment doing what I love. Oh, whatever.
You're inspiring countless people, Natalie. You really are.
Thanks so much, Natalie, for appearing on Up North at 4. Don't forget us when you get in that Cup Series. We're going to want to interview that moment it happens. So thanks so much for joining us, Natalie.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll be right back on Up North at 4.
Let's go.
Yeah. Seatbelts?
Nah, don't worry about it.
All right.
Those dudes are going nowhere fast.
Donald Driver!
Buckle up, fellas. If you don't, it can cost you money or worse.
Got that. I told you.
You were right.
Click it or kick it. Together, we can save lives.
Planning an exciting outdoor excursion? You need the app from the weather team you can rely on, the WJFW Weather Watch app, featuring hourly and daily forecasts, high-resolution imagery, and opt-in push alerts to let you know when severe weather approaches. With all these features, you'll know the best days to cast a line or when it will be perfect to explore the wilderness. The WJFW Weather Watch app is available in your app store now. Weather Watch 12, from where you live.
Hi, my name's Chad. I went and saw a neurologist and had several MRIs, and they found out that I had spinal neuropathy. The neurologist at the hospital decided that the only treatment was medication. I didn't find that acceptable, so I called Spinal Aid to get a free consultation. After working with Spinal Aid, I'm able to walk, I'm able to sleep, I have balance, my overall comfort of life is 100% better.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. The Spinal Aid Center of Wausau can help relieve the symptoms of your neuropathy. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation.
You're watching NBC 12 from where you live.
Quality Homes of Tomahawk is now featuring modular homes by Wisconsin Homes. Also selling new and used single and sectional manufactured homes at discount prices.
Welcome to Patchouli Garden in Park Falls. We love authentic Indonesian patchouli and we specialize in our original custom blends. Everything with the Patchouli Garden name on it we make right here in our store. Visit Patchouli Garden in the store or online.
Not all replacement windows are the same. Take a look at our new Eco Sky windows exclusively from Mad City Windows. We're talking about high-performance windows that insulate like walls. They're going to keep the cold out and the heat out in the summertime. That's because of our Sky Mirror technology with layers of low E that give your home an energy upgrade. Mad City, your window and bath partner of the Green Bay Packers. And now the final days of the spring blowout sale. Save $1,000 on a house full of new windows, interest-free financing for 2 years, $100 gift card with purchase. But time's running out. If you act now, though, we'll double your savings, save $2,000 on new windows. Double your interest-free financing from 2 to 4 years. Double your bonus to a $200 gift card with purchase and a $50 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. Call 715-690-3085, 715-690-3085. Be sure to ask about Mad City's Do More discount. Get additional savings on new bath and kitchen upgrades. We're going to put a great product in your home.
I think this was a great investment. I think it added value, but now just not adding value, I'm excited to come home.
Hey, remember, we have an A+ rating with the BBB and over 50,000 satisfied customers. Time's running out. It's the final days of the spring blowout sale. Save $1,000 on a house full of new windows. Interest-free financing for 2 years. $100 gift card with purchase. But if you act right now, we'll double your savings to $2,000 on new windows. Double your interest-free financing from 2 to 4 years. Double your bonus to a $200 gift card with purchase. $50 Walmart gift card with your estimate. Call 715-690-3085. Let me give you that number again, 715-690-3085.
Let's regroup and end the show with some weather. First off, if you are in red, you are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock this evening. We are forming a squall line just to the west of the area now. These are extremely dangerous in the atmosphere. They produce wind gusts near 60 miles per hour, and these are going severe. A severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for parts of Taylor County right there. We could see golf ball size hail, wind gusts near 60 miles per hour with that, as these are now moving into the Northwoods. So with our recent rains, the roots are kind of fragile. With winds, new vegetation, we could take down some trees tonight with power lines as well. So keep an eye on that. Your full forecast with you at 5 o'clock.